Full time at the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal back to winning ways with a 3-1 win over Burnley. Feels good, feels necessary, and it was a big day for, well, quite a few players today. I suppose particularly Mesut Ozil, after the week he's had. He was back in the starting lineup, captain of the team no less today, and he delivered the kind of performance that really would have hoped to see from him. Do I think it ends all the controversy, all the intrigue around the player? No, I don't think it does, because this is the sort of game in which you would expect him not only to be picked, but you might also expect him to thrive. You know, Burnley were deep for large periods of the game. We needed someone to unpick the defence, and he did just that when he created the opening goal. Worth mentioning that Bernd Leno made a very good save early on to prevent Burnley taking the lead. It was sort of end-to-end stuff, frantic in the first few minutes. We eventually did get the first goal, and it was Ozil with a delicious cross-field pass. Picked out Kolasinac at the far post. I seem to recall him producing a very similar pass for Monreal at one stage last season, where Monreal kind of wasn't even in the picture. Ozil saw it and executed the pass to perfection. Nice approach play too. Lacazette and Maitland-Niles involved. When the ball found Kolasinac, I thought his touch was also brilliant, lifting it back over the defender, and a first-time finish from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang back among the goals after a little bit of a mini drought. Then the first half was interrupted by injury. We'd started with a back four, with Granit Xhaka stepping into midfield alongside Guendouzi, and a rare outing in the Premier League for El Neni. That meant Monreal was playing at centre-half alongside Socrates. I thought Monreal was doing pretty well. I was thinking to myself, I think he might be a better centre-half these days than, say, Mustafi. I feel quite comfortable with him there, but he seemed to pick up a muscular injury. Lichtsteiner came on, and Xhaka went in at centre-half. Interesting, isn't it, that Emery seems to prefer the idea of Xhaka. Xhaka did go in at centre-half too, in a back three, but he doesn't seem to want to use Lichtsteiner alongside Socrates in a four. So he switched to the back three, and I thought it cost us a little bit. We struggled to control the midfield as much. I don't think Guendouzi or El Neni had their best game today. Nevertheless, in the second half, we took the advantage and got a second goal very early on. Fantastic timing. A good break. Guendouzi released Kolasinac. His crossfield pass found Lacazette, who laid it on, and what a finish from Aubameyang, reasserting himself as the Premier League's top scorer. Really ruthless today. That's exactly what we want to see from him. Fascinating players, aren't they, Kolasinac and Aubameyang? In most parts of the pitch, I don't hugely trust them with the ball, but in the final third, incredibly efficient and incredibly dangerous. Interestingly, one was playing left-back for most of the game, but there you go. So 2-0, but we didn't really control the game. Burnley were very awkward today, very physical. Probably unduly so. Ashley Barnes probably lucky to stay on the pitch. Maybe Socrates a little lucky to stay on the pitch as well. I have to say I thought Socrates was excellent today. He does get involved probably a little bit too much for his own good. He's constantly risking a booking from the referee, but I like his aggression, I like his combative spirit, and I like his defending. He's a no-nonsense defender, and I thought we saw more of that today. He was very, very good at times. I thought Leno was pretty good too when he came under pressure. I thought Maitland-Niles at right back had a good first half, didn't really influence the game as much in the second, it seemed to me. There we go. I mean, the defensive injury crisis continues. Who knows what back four or back three will put out in the next game. I like seeing Xhaka in midfield. I feel like we get a lot more control of the game that way, but I understand to an extent needs must. Anyway, Burnley eventually got themselves a scrappy equaliser from Barnes. I think both Xhaka and Torreira might feel they could have got the ball clear a little bit quicker there. But Alex Iwobi came off the bench. To be honest, I feared for him, because when he came on, a few guys behind me were like, oh no, here we go. I think the crowd are on his back at the moment. They sort of fear the worst whenever they see him. And there was one instance where he went through in the penalty area, too many step overs, didn't really make anything of it, and he worried his head might drop. But he got the third goal, and what a boost that could be for him. He looked offside, to be honest, after a neat run from Ozil. But I'm not going to complain. Burnley got away with plenty, and we deserved that little bit of luck, and Iwobi lifted it over Hart for 3-1, and that was the game. Listen, it was not actually a vintage performance from us, but we were much more efficient in both boxes, and that's what we've needed, and that's what we've missed. And now, you know, we can go into this Christmas period with that win. We go to Brighton on Boxing Day. I think that we have to look at that as another 3 points. Desperately got to try and get 3 points there, because after that, on the 29th, it's Anfield before New Year's Day against Fulham. It is a hectic time. And that Liverpool game looks very daunting. They were very impressive at Wolves. But we do have the top scorer in the Premier League now, in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and that's always got to give you a shot. Good to be back to winning ways. This might be the last time I speak to you all before Christmas. Have a lovely Christmas wherever you are. Thank you for watching these videos, reading blogs, listening to podcasts, whatever you do. We've done, Arsblog and I, a special Christmas song, which I will link for you somewhere on this screen. Have a watch of that. Have yourself a very merry Emery Christmas. Right, bye. Happy Christmas.